Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records, and we're reviewing albums again. We are reviewing the new Mammoth Wolfgang Van Halen. Mammoth WVH. This is Mammoth 2, and this came out on Friday, August 4th, 2023. It's a follow-up to his debut that came out in 2021. It's again produced by Michael Basket, who also produced the Tremonti album that Wolfgang had worked on, I think, back in 2014. You know, of course, Wolfgang Van Halen is the son of the late, great, Eddie Van Halen. His mother is Valerie Bertinelli, of course. This album is really, really, really awesome, and we're gonna go track by track on it. I championed Wolfgang. When I grew up, I'm 50. When I was 10 years old or 11 years old, Van Halen was the king of rock. And I always say that when you're at that age, that's your first big entry point into what you're gonna like the rest of your life. Eddie, for me, was just an absolute superhero. Sonically, visually, everything about his spirit, the way that he played, the way that everything was powerful and hooky, yet melodic. And that's what we have here on Mammoth 2. This thing is 48 minutes long. There's 10 songs. Wolfgang is now 32 years old. It opens up with Right. Just ferocious, syncopated blast beat drums meet his guitar and bass. Again, Wolfie plays every instrument on this record, including doubling himself vocally. So he plays keyboards, bass, drums, guitar. It's fantastic. Just coming into his own vocally here. Scorching solo, just fantastic. It's one of the best songs on the record. Like a Pastime's Next. Some of these songs have been released as singles prior to this. I call this a riff like a swarm of hornets. It's like when. This riff comes in, but then it transitions into pop sensibility, much like Van Halen, where it's for everybody. You get this huge riff, but then we break into this pop thing that everybody can digest. He does more than 3 minutes and 44 seconds on a song like this than most people can. There's just so much lecture. It seems like they're 5-minute songs, but they're 3:44. The snare sound on his drumming. Wolfie's one of the best drummers in rock. Just jumps off the record, the snare sound. Does he find his freedom in the swarm of a hornet's nest world? I don't know. I think he's finding it. The next song, Another Celebration at the End of the World. This is another song that was released prior to. This song is freaking brilliant, and that's what I wrote down here. Hook after hook after hook. Fasten your seatbelt for this record, because this thing's great. Amazing pop sensibility yet again, yet heavy. The solo with the tapping, similar to King Edward. Mess Me Above is the next song. Sounds like a hit single. Straightforward pop rock song. It sounds like maybe something that could be a hit. Take a Bow is the next song. Another one that was released early. Man. Keyboard intro, similar to Right Now, from the For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge album. Just one of my favorite songs on this record. Just a special talent this kid is. When the lights start fading, take a bow, it's over for me. Then he does a solo. So this is a long song. It's more like 7 minutes. Takes a solo with his father's Frankenstrat guitar. Frankenstrat's the Eddie Van Halen guitar that's red with the stripes on it, black and white stripes. He uses that guitar into one of his dad's old Marshall heads and does a slowly building solo. This kid can do whatever he wants to as fast as he wants to and really blow your head off. But instead he shows restraint. Slowly builds it. does some tapping at the end, but again, maybe it could even be more if he wanted to, but he doesn't have to show you all his bag of tricks. And there's a lot of bag of tricks on this record and in this kid's musical mind. You know, the next song, Take a Bow, is one of my favorite songs in this record. Just insane. The next song, The Optimist, was one that when I first heard the record, you know, I believe that this has been out for 2 days. And I got up at 6 o'clock this morning, my hair's still wet, to listen to this again. This thing is a great song too. You know, the days preceding, I'm like, do I like this one as much? He's influenced by Tool. And by the way, when I talk about influences on this record, I'm not criticizing anything. We're all influenced by people. You know, there's a Tool thing that happens here. I said that this may end up being my favorite song on the record because I'm not a big Tool guy, but it's infectious when you keep listening to it. And The Optimist is just incredible drums. Incredible drums. I'm going to say that over and over again. I mean, yeah, he could play guitar, and he was the bass player in Van Halen for 10 years. The bass player in a great band. His drumming's unbelievable. I'm All Right's the next song, amazing track. I say AC/DC meets Bad English. John Waite was the singer, Bad English. Neil Schon was the guitar player at Bad English. His vocals are so damn good on this song and this record. You know, just I'm getting goosebumps here even just talking about this. I love this record. And I just love his story because it's hard to follow up. When you're as great as an Eddie Van Halen, the next in line never delivers. You just can't. It's like Yogi Berra and his, you know, son, I can't remember his son's name. Dale Berra. I don't know what analogy that means to anybody. It's just a cool song. He's got a wah-wah solo that's kick butt. Just kick butt. Look at that record. And I'm going to buy this thing on vinyl. I just haven't had a chance. I saw it the other day. This thing's so good. Erase Me's next. You know, clearly he's mad at somebody. Like a walking disease, you prey on the weak. You know, good, solid song here. The next one, The Waiting, I put great ballad, again, big hooks. The album kind of ends with 2 ballads. I guess if I have a criticism for the record, you know, in the last one, Better Than You is 6 minutes and 37 seconds. Would I have liked to have seen a banger at the end? Is it a cliche to have a banger at the end? Or is it a cliche to have a ballad at the end? I don't know. Better Than You is good. Again, this record's going to grow on you and grow on you. Waiting's really good. Ballad, maybe I like that more than Better Than You. My rating system is this. 5 is a drop-dead classic. Perfect. 4 is great. 3 is good. 2 is not good. 1 is bad. I'm going to go ahead and give this 4 1/4. I'm going to leave room for him to grow on that third album. This thing is really good, and it's really great because 4 is my great scale, and this is better than great by 1/4. I really like it. I go out there and listen to it, and you know it's a lot to take in because he puts so much in these songs. Maybe sometimes even too much into the songs because it's like, you know, he's doing all the instruments and it's glued together, I guess, in that sense, and tracked over. But boy, you get in the car and you listen to this thing, it works good in the car. Anyway, that's my story. Take a look at my channel. Subscribe if you like my content. I do shows every single day. Peace out. We'll catch you later. Good job, Wolfie.